Now, Friday Night Football, presented by Monteith's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into another edition of Friday Night Football. I'm Alex Wilcox.
And I'm Mark Skoll Jr. Week 6 in Indiana, Week 5 in Michigan, but we get started with a good one in the loaded NIC North.
Oh, it's a battle. That's right. Our game of the week was the matchup between Mishawaka and Elkhart Central. Fans going nuts. We pick things up in the second half. Cavemen up 8-6. But it's a bad snap on a punt that rolls through the back of the end zone for the safety. Just like that, we're all tied up at 8. However, the Cavemen would stop the Blue Blazers on the ensuing possession. C.J. Fisher comes up with the big tackle in the backfield on 4th down to turn it over. Both teams were fighting for every point tonight. And here Bradley Taylor gets the pitch for Mishawaka and tiptoes his way down the sideline and into the end zone. For the Cavemen touchdown, Mishawaka takes the 15-8 lead. Now in the 4th quarter, Blue Blazers on the move, and Mark Brownlee squeaks through the gap up the middle for the touchdown. And we're all tied up at 15. This one came down to the wire. Mishawaka driving with 36 seconds left. And it's Cavemen quarterback Sam Shively fights his way across the goal line for the touchdown. That would be your game winner. The Cavemen come out on top 22-15 over Central. After the game, we caught up with Mishawaka head coach Keith Kinder.
The first thing I want to say is I hope people believe me when I say that that's a really good football team, because I said it all week and I don't think anybody listened to me. All right, that is a really good football team that we just beat. We didn't play our best on offense. So the thing that I'm proud of is that we still played hard. I thought defensively we played great in the second half. And sometimes you don't have your best, and when you can win on those nights, that's a good thing.
Now with the win, the Cavemen are now 3-0 in the NIC and in first place in that very tough NIC North.
That's a big win for Mishawaka, and they will be back at the newly renovated Steel Stadium for the next 2 Friday nights. Homecoming at New Prairie, another NIC North heavyweight fight. The Cougars coming off of a tough loss against Mishawaka, hoping to get back on the right track tonight against Adams. New Prairie up 14-7, 2 minutes left in the second. Adams going for it on 4th down. Ira Armstead's pass falls incomplete, and the Cougars take over. They march all the way down to the goal line, but with just seconds left in the half, Jonathan Thomas Jr. comes up with a huge stop, and time runs out in the half. Adams makes the goal line stand. Russ Radke cannot believe it. Then it was the Eagles offense making plays. Opening series of the third. Armstead on the QB keeper gets the corner, and he's gone. The 18-yard scoring scamper ties the game up at 14. But New Prairie answers right back. Chris Mays was stopped earlier, but not this time. He plunges into the end zone to take back the lead for the Cougars. New Prairie gets back in the W column, 35-14 over Adams.
On to Penn High School, where the Kingsmen were playing host to St. Joe, another NIC North matchup. Jeez, this is a good division. Indians strike first. Junior running back John Driscoll goes into the end zone untouched, and St. Joe takes the 7-0 lead. But the Kingsmen answer right back. Quarterback Ron Paulus scrambles out of the pocket and finds a wide-open George Olson, who takes it in for 6. The Kingsmen tie it up. Tight end Gregory Hurst was a little too excited and knocks over Olsen during the celebration. It's all good, though. There's plenty more to celebrate for the Kingsmen. On their next drive, Penn scores again as running back Ryan Whiteman cruises his way across the goal line for the touchdown. The Kingsmen win a close one, 21-13 over St. Joe.
Bremen hosting the Marion Knights, jumping right into the first quarter. Knights quarterback John Brock looking to go long, but he's going to be intercepted by Bremen's Evan Mangis. Bremen cheerleaders having plenty to cheer about there. Later in the first, it's Bremen QB Ryan Caldwell's turn to go deep. He finds Justin Zumbron backing in for the touchdown. Bremen strikes first to take the 7-0 lead. It's a glitter party to celebrate that touchdown, and with the clock winding down in the first, Marion looks to come back. John Brock takes it in himself. But he keeps going. He decides to sit down on the couch with the fans, and that ends up getting him a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. But Marion ties it up at 7. More glitter in the air here to celebrate Bremen, taking this one 21-14. Elsewhere in the NIC, Riley knocked off Clay 45-10 in a battle of the South Bend schools. The Colonials still searching for that first coveted win. As
is John Glenn. The Falcons fall to Washington 27-22. Northwood, meanwhile, they're not searching for their first win. They're undefeated, hosting Northridge at Andrews Field. We go to the start of the second quarter. Who else? Bronson Yoder with the interception. Looks like the ball was waiting for him. That's his second pick of the night. Now, he won't score, but still gives the fans plenty of excitement before halftime. So we go to the second half, opening kickoff, and it's Yoder again. This guy does it all. He brings the kickoff back nearly 50 yards, and then check this. Works on his hurdling skills. He's also a track star, and showing why, giving the Panthers great field position to start the half. And what a night it was for Yoder. Here, lining up as a wide receiver, lays out in the back corner of the end zone to make the touchdown catch. I don't know if that was a catch, but the ref said it was. Either way, Yoder will count it. Northwood wins this one 63-30. Well, Mishawaka was the winner of this week's Friday football pep rally presented by Monteith's Best One, and your school could be the winner for next week.
The matchups for next week are Riley hosting Jimtown and Clay hosting Indianapolis. How? Voting open today, and you can vote all weekend long. Go to our website or app and vote now.
We're going to take a quick break right now, but still plenty of football left to show you.
4 more games coming your way when we return, including another dominating performance by Edwardsburg. We'll let you know how the Eddies played in addition to some other Michigan schools.
Now, back to Friday Night Football.
Welcome back. I'm Alex. He's Mark. We still got plenty of action to show you.
4 more games on tap, and let's get right to the action with our final Indiana game of the night.
Concord visiting the Jimtown Jimmies at Knepp Fields. Jimmies up 20-7. Let's skip right ahead to the fourth quarter. Running back Ted Kisslinger finds his path to punch in the touchdown, and that extends the Jimtown lead 27-7. Now Concord making a final attempt here with just 16 seconds left in the game, but this one knocked down by the Jimmies, showing off some volleyball skills there. All right. Jimtown takes this one 27-7. Other scores across the NLC. Warsaw handles Goshen 35-0. Bart Curtis is now 5-1 in his first season with the Tigers.
And Plymouth beats Wawasee 28-14. The Warriors are still looking for that first win, and Culver Academies shuts out Elkhart Memorial 13-0. Up to Michigan, the Eddies taking on the visiting South Haven Rams. Let's jump right in. First play from scrimmage for the Eddies. Isaiah Mitchell takes the handoff and he breaks free. There's no one stopping him as he glides into the end zone. They missed the extra point, but are still out to an early 6-0 lead. Edwardsburg winds up recovering their own kickoff, giving them an easy red zone opportunity as Chase Sager, bulldozing his way into the end zone, puts the Eddies up 13-0. The first quarter belonged to the Eddies. Their next possession, it's Caden Goggins' turn to run free. He goes off to the races. The Rams barely getting a hand on him as the touchdown puts the Eddies up 20-0. Edwardsburg goes on to beat South Haven 71-6.
Oh my goodness, those guys are ridiculous. Heading on over to Cassopolis, these guys are pretty good too. Rangers welcoming in Muskegon Catholic Central. We go to the second quarter, Rangers up 14-zip. Owen Gardner sneaking his way through the defenders. He even tricked out our cameraman there. Gardner's touchdown puts the Rangers up 21-0. Muskegon looking to bounce back in the second. They try the trickeration, but it's a fumble picked up by Hassan Harp. He zigs and zags his way to 6. The scoop and score puts the Rangers on top by 28. Later in the second, Gardner with the fake carry up the right side, but it's really Dylan Green sneaking up the left side for the touchdown. How about that little sleight of hand, extending the Rangers' lead to 41. Plenty of fireworks to celebrate Cassopolis' 48-0 win over Muskegon Catholic Central.
Berrien Springs has won 3 straight entering tonight, looking to make it 4 against Comstock. First quarter, Colts pinned inside their own 5, and Keith Berrig-Sassy nearly picks it off, but it's just off his fingers. The Shamrocks, though, would force Comstock to punt. And that led to this. Danny Vincent gets the corner and heads to pay dirt. The touchdown run gives Berrien Springs the 6-0 lead early in the second. On Comstock's next drive, though, Marshall McFarland comes up with the interception, and he's going the other way, 40 yards to the house. They would go for 2, and they would get it. Shamrocks take the lead 14-0, and Berrien Springs goes on to win this one 62-6. Elsewhere up in Michigan, Benton Harbor loses a close one to Battle Creek Central 27-26. and Brandywine beats Lake Michigan Catholic 60-6.
Meanwhile, Plainwell takes care of Dowagiac 44-36, and Niles defeats Skull Lake 33-24.